Good morning, everyone. Happy Friday. So glad you're with us this morning for this week's Coffee with the Principal. Thank you so much for joining us today, this Friday. Hope you had a great week. Just as a reminder, you've joined the meeting muted. Feel free to use the chat box as needed. Let me just make sure it's enabled, and it is. Okay. We're recording this meeting, and we find that when we post it on YouTube, there's a number of families who always check it out later on because they can't make it at this time. So be sure to do that. Also, if you haven't subscribed already, be sure to subscribe to our YouTube channel using the link at the bottom, bit.ly/KJSA YouTube, and that'll take you right there. All right, so jumping right into it, instruction is a lot of fun, and this week is no different than that. So I wanted to take a little bit of time today and delve into a little bit more details kind of about what the kiddos are doing in terms of their literacy and in terms of their numeracy here at Katherine Johnson STEM Academy. So we took it from the language of the standards, but specifically this week, students have been working on determining central ideas of a text. So looking at grade level texts and looking at that and inferring central ideas from that text. It's not a straightforward skill, and so it takes a lot of skill and practice to be able to deliver that kind of instruction, but I'm thrilled that our teachers are able to do that. That's happening in 6th grade. In the 7th grade and the 8th grade, students are looking at narrative techniques. So using dialogue, pacing, description, reflection to develop experiences and events and characters. So it's more of a narrative unit that they're doing in their 7th and 8th grade ELA classes. In numeracy, there's a bunch of different things, and each grade level is kind of on a completely different pace than the other. So our 6th graders are graphing points in all 4 quadrants of the coordinate plane. So not just positive numbers, but positive and negative numbers, as well as fractions and decimals. So being able to take the domain and the range of a function and being able to figure out where in which quadrant that is a skill that our 6th graders are learning. Our 7th graders are using absolute value to find distances between 2 points with the same first coordinator or the same second coordinate. And then our 8th graders are diving deeper into algebra as they're expanding expressions and have rational coefficients and solving linear equations. So here's where the mathematics gets a little bit challenging, and kids see more variables and solving them. And it's for many kids, it's that first time that they're seeing variables is the first time it's like, wait a minute, there are letters in mathematics? And the answer is there absolutely are. So we want to make sure that happens. All right, so not only are students learning, but our teachers are learning as well. Miss Casimir is one of our amazing teachers. She's a PE teacher, and she is leading our staff through a book study on a book called Cultivating Genius, an equity framework for culturally and historically responsive literacy. So again, it's bringing literacy to all of our curriculum, and it's specifically funded through our BSAP program, our Black Student Achievement Plan program, but it is a resource we're going to be providing in terms of improved pedagogy for all of our students. So we're excited to work on this as a team here at Katherine Johnson STEM Academy, and kudos to Ms. Casimir for leading that work. We went on some field trips this week. So actually just one, I think. Our 7th graders on Wednesday, Miss Alejandre, and I believe it was also Miss Casimir and Mr. Kendrick, took our 7th graders to Olvera Street. Some of them had been there before, but some of them had been there for the very first time. And Miss Alejandre is our history social science teacher, so they were able to connect what they were seeing to what they are learning specifically in their history classes. So that was exciting, and having those hands-on experiential learning opportunities is super important for our kids, and that was something great that they got to do this week. We started our boys basketball team through FIA. We play public schools, charter schools, Catholic schools, and we've had 2 games already. And the first game was last Friday. The second game was this past Tuesday. We're 1-1, but it's a fun time for all. The next game isn't until next Thursday. But even if you don't have a child on a team, you can come out and see that. Additionally, we are starting girls basketball through the Beyond the Bell program soon. We don't have a specific date for the first game yet, but once we do, we'll be sure to share that with our families. This is fun. So yesterday we had, whoops, turn off my radio. Yesterday we had our third and final Future Rocket Day, and what that day is a day when we invite students, fifth graders mostly, from our neighborhood elementary schools to come to the school and to engage with our teachers and do hands-on learning activities about what middle school can be like, but also what Katherine Johnson STEM Academy can be like. So our teachers did a series of amazing activities with students from Cowan and students from Windsor Hills yesterday. And the kids had a lot of fun, learned a lot. We had some amazing student helpers as a part of that as well. We had different student helpers helping out each of the teachers lead those activities. So that was an excellent way we connect with our elementary schools. Additionally, I'll say we've had two other Future Rocket Days. So we've had, let me see if I can get them all correct. We've had Playa Vista and Kentwood and Open Charter and Paseo del Rey and Westport Heights. And there are two others who have been here as well. And I'm Loyola Village, and there is one more, and I'm forgetting it. I'm a terrible person for not remembering it. Open County. I'll get it later. All right. So that was it really for our new updates. Just some old reminders that I will remind folks of as we move forward. This is a double reminder right here, and that is we have, it's a new semester, so we sent everybody a copy of our 2022-2023 Schoolwide Expectations to review and sign. It's coming to your email through a platform we use called Readysign. It's a digital signature platform, and so what it'll look like is something like this on the right. Hello, so-and-so. Probably in this case, Sarah Thorsten or Kyle Hunsberger or another staff member has sent you a document for review and signature. Please be sure to click that, and then it'll take you step by step through reading the document and signing in the necessary places. The reason I wanted to include this screenshot is because there will be other documents that come your way through Readysign. Sometimes it's an IEP attendance signature. Sometimes it's a field trip slip. Sometimes it's something else, but I just want to make sure everyone knows that Readysign is the platform that we're using for our digital signatures here. As a reminder, Ms. Guth is going to be leading our upcoming career day on February 17th. So that is coming up in just under a month. So if you haven't already said, you know what, yeah, I can share my career, and you would like to, there is a link in the chat, it's also on the screen, about how to volunteer to participate in that day. So we would love to have as many family members as we can, but also other professionals. So maybe you yourself can't make it, but you know someone who can. Feel free to reach out to them, give them the link, give them our counselor's email address, and we'd love to make that happen for our students. Additionally, we have success coaching coming again, starting shortly, and Ms. Guth will be leading that, and we are excited to bring success coaching to our students here at Katherine Johnson STEM Academy. We just did our finals tour for the school year yesterday here at campus, yesterday afternoon, and we're getting our documents ready to open our enrollment for next year, beginning in late January, early February. So if you're on this call or you watch this later and you're a current parent at KJ STEM Academy, you don't need to do anything. You're automatically rolled over. But if you've got neighbors or relatives or folks in organizations that you're a part of who've got kids who are going to be in 6th, 7th, or 8th grade next year, you can send them the link on this page and tell them to check us out. We also have tutor.com, which continues to be a place where students can go online to connect with a tutor in literally any subject in school, and it's 24/7. If you have any questions about how to access this or how to get there, visit, let me just tell you real quick. Your kid goes on to Schoology, they pick a course, they scroll down, click on tutor.com, and a pop-up will populate. Just got to make sure it's not blocked, and you can sign up for an immediate tutoring session. It's kind of like Uber. You say, let's start, and the system will look around and see which tutors are on and available at that time. And that is it. So it was a shorter week, and there's not a ton of, long logistical updates. So that was all I had for today. I'll pause and see if there's any questions from our folks who are here this morning before we sign off for the weekend. Awesome. Well, if there aren't any questions, have a wonderful weekend, everybody. And if you have questions later, you all know how to reach out to me with questions that you might have. Have a wonderful weekend, everyone, and we'll see everybody back here on Monday. Bye-bye.